would be able to block, be able to bring it back with my forearm. You see, from time to time, I bring it back. Just dodging, weaving, just being light, not going too hard. That's the hard part of it, I find. So I'm just going around, switching my stance, switching it, keeping track of the ball, trying to, keep my form intact, even though it's very hard since the string is very close to my hands. So I have to keep him pretty far down. Focus on blocking, just blocking, weaving, going out of the way. And, just, switch my feet from time to time. Make sure I'm able to react fast enough so that I can actually catch it. The hardest part I find with this is just to make sure your feet are in the right place at the right time, because I have to focus on my hands. My hands move. Keeping track of my feet, it's a lot harder than a person might think. It is not as easy as you think. This type of thing is not as easy. You see, it got tangled. It's really not that easy. It took me about like a year on and off but generally it took me about a year to get used to it. I got it 2 years ago. My mom got it for me. So just, making sure I focus on my precision, all of that, focus on it. You see, it gets caught in the back. That's the most annoying part, but, just keep it light, dodge, weave, not too hard, fast enough so, I can see it coming, but not too slow where it's too easy. So to be fair, there are a lot of people that can do it a lot better than I do it, especially when I switch sides. It's a lot harder. When I switch to my right foot, I find it a lot easier to keep my my hands up, I feel. No, actually it's the opposite. When I have my left feet in front, both my hands are up. But, when I have my right foot in front, obviously, it's a change in stance, change in weight distribution. So it's a lot harder for me to get used to it. Even though, my left is my weaker side, I feel like I'm a lot more adept in doing it with my left rather than my right. But I switch a lot to my right. So, yeah. All right, so now I went over to go get about 5-pound dumbbells, 5-pound dumbbells, just so that I can get my my hand speed up. Just doing some light shadow boxing, making sure I switch my stance, do it right, do it correctly. I'm not using the circular weight that you see on the ground. I don't know why, but I just can't remember the name. It's probably just my brain right now because I'm really tired. But anyways, I'm just making sure to switch as often as possible, get into my comfort zone, because a lot of the time I can see a lot of faults in my stance. Obviously, it's the fact that I put a lot of weight in my front leg, obviously, because I do karate and all that. It's a lot easier for me to put my weight on my front foot, as I do kick a lot, and I will be kicking a lot, rather than a boxer that has 60% of their weight on the back foot and 40% on the front, just to make it easier for them to escape, do easier head movements, to get out of a sitch a lot easier. So I'm just working on my boxing, doing some light. I'm not really focusing on form that much, but I am making sure that my hand placement is right where it should be. And I'm just focusing on blocking a lot more, because I don't block at all when I do my shadow boxing. So I thought it would be a lot better if I incorporate boxing. And I mean, not boxing, obviously boxing, but, incorporate some blocking into my shadow boxing. I think it's a better adjustment. Now I'm just doing some light shadow boxing without the weights. I felt a lot freer without them. Obviously, it's a lot better to do it without weights, because it's weights. Obviously, it'll weigh a lot. So even though the weights are light, you feel a much better advantage. Felt light on my feet, doing a lot of movements that I wasn't usually do. It's just, keep my hands close, but not too close. Keep them far out so that I can be able to throw that jab a lot more frequently, throwing some combinations. I usually do a jab cross, and then I do either a hook or I do an uppercut, and then I retreat, or I just, try to mix it up, do a jab, cross, all that, mix it up a bit, mix it up, switch my stance, make sure to switch my stance. Careful with my footing as well, because I do have some weights in front of me. So just helping me with my distance management, throwing some uppercuts here and there, going low, going to the body.